Hmm. Hmm. So how should I start my day? Or how did I start my day? It's almost midday. Well, see if I can remember something about my morning, about waking up. Hmm. Hmm. What was I looking at? What was I browsing through on my phone this morning? Oh, I remember browsing, listening to something about Bob Dylan, something something Gen X person posted that the nice thing about about all these streaming music uh, services, you can get to listen to those old albums, and maybe you can learn. Even though you didn't grow up listening to Dylan on vinyl, you can get on Spotify or Apple Music or Amazon Music or Tidal. Hmm. 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 Sound what? Sound something with the word sound. YouTube music. Hmm. Yeah, just get on there's an app called YouTube Music, and it's just gonna I guess it's gonna work kind of like Spotify. You can like and create playlists of songs. You can keep it free, but then you get ads. So you could switch to the paid version and then you're free of ads. That sounds like so. Now I got so many things subscribed to. I'm going broke just by subscribing to everything. Man, I gotta unsubscribe to this and that. Hmm, see. Uh, there's an app for that supposedly shows maybe it goes into your bank account or what, or you give it permission to go into your bank account and see what you subscribe to. I've got two bank accounts. Most of them is with Wells Fargo, and some are on PayPal, which goes to one of the banks. I have a sort of virtual bank called Chime, Chime. I call it Chime. Chime? When I'm talking to Spanish speakers. So, hmm. So I was looking for something to share about uh, concerning Bob Dylan, and I found a video of Bob Dylan being interviewed. Somebody put up video. I'm not sure where they post it. I guess on Facebook. Facebook is becoming a sort of a YouTube kind of thing. And I don't see how folks get away with it. I guess because they put up clips, and I would think that they're copyrighted, but they put clips from movies and do things like that. And I guess what do corporate have corporations given up, or do they get a cut? I don't know what's going on anymore. What's going on? That's why I call this what's going on. Then I heard this morning that TikTok is gonna go away, it's getting shut down. Maybe January 19th before the new president, the new old president, the former president is back again after 4 years uh, hiatus, allowing Biden to mess things up a little bit. Well, he did some good things too, I suppose. Uh, hmm. uh, but so already we're January what 14th, and President Trump comes in again. I'm calling January 6th of 2021 the end of democracy, the day democracy died. So maybe we should get Don McLean to come up with lyrics and sing the song that would be titled or subtitled "The Day Democracy Died," in reference to the song he wrote, "American Pie," long time ago, which was in reference to when Buddy Holly uh, fell from the sky to his death on an airplane. Him and Richie Valens and a few others. Mm, that was pretty sad. And I think of others that it's also pretty sad. Like the day John Lennon got shot, the day Jimi Hendrix was found dead, the day Whitney Houston was found dead, the day Elvis Presley was found dead. So much talent. So what if they had not died? What what new performances, new music, what new writing? And I'm thinking, wow, some have survived, like the Rolling Stones and Bob Dylan, so they're pretty blessed to keep on keeping on. To don't think twice, it's all right. Uh, yeah, yeah, John Lennon, George Harrison. Wow. It would have been nice to have them come together right now. But I guess they come together digitally, or we bring up memories of them. It's amazing. All these memories. We can go back and read books about them, listen to videos about them or clips. And we're creating new memories about them. We're discovering them. What's the Gen X or Gen Z? Yeah, maybe she was a Gen Z. Maybe I could find it. Let's see. Oh, no, it's in here. No, I'm gonna share. I get confused. What control I should go to? I went to the other. So I can share my screen. So I can go to Facebook. Maybe someone's already answered. Hmm. My commentary. Hmm. Let's see. Maybe it was this one. No. Oh, maybe I'd have to go like here. Maybe I haven't shared it. Let's see. Guitar players. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Marcy. Oh, okay. Yeah. Did I share it for everyone? Let's see. Yeah, I shared it for everyone. So Marcy is a Gen X uh, female. Wrote a few days ago, January 10, and it's January 14 already. She's saying, I'm a Gen X, and I didn't grow up listening to Dylan's albums, but one of the beautiful things about streaming music services is the ability to discover a lot of music from decades past without having to purchase all those albums. And in the case of Bob Dylan, there's a lot of albums. I really like his albums. Bringing It All Back Home, probably my favorite. Blood on the Tracks, probably the most acclaimed. And Infidels, probably the most 80s. I also like the song Hurricane. I have no judgment for the man other than his music, which I think is genius. So I kind of like that comment. So I put this video of Bob Dylan being asked questions in an interview. So, so there, I think there he's saying that his music, or that he's asked, how would you describe your music and songwriting, and also what's more important, the music or the lyrics or the words, music or the words? And yeah, he says that they're both equally important to him, and that he could describe it his music as mathematical music. Hmm. Wonder what you meant by that. Anyway, hmm. So yeah, I'm going through. So I get a lot of videos on Facebook. So when I tap on video, I can go interesting videos. Some are about music, some are about science, entertainment, music. Like the X Factor or America's Got Talent. And some are about the movie that's out. Some are about yoga. Some are about tennis. And some are about advertising for, hey, sign up for our course to learn this or that. Hmm. Or a master course. Hmm. So, and I signed up to get posts from Buddhist groups like Kadampa HYT Sangha. And so they ask or comment on certain topics, and it's pretty good sometimes. Hmm. And I get offered, would you like to join this and that? So I can go through and see what groups I would like to get messages from. It shows you how many people have joined. And hmm, very good music lovers. Linux Mastery. Huh. I should join that to become a Linux master. Let's see if I go like this, and it's like I could go there. Dallas Masters, a community, 4,6 million. Million? No, thousand. A Spanish mil is 1,000. Like kilometer, kilo, 1,000? No, no, milli. Oh, is it? Hmm. No, I'm not sure. What would million be? Million? And meal would be, hmm, I'm not sure if meal is thousand or if it's a million. That'd be a lot for if it were a million. Hmm. I have to figure out. Anyway, anyway, anyway. So, oh, I gotta check my email now. I'm walking the dog, and so I may run into a tree or looking at my phone or something like that. Or sometimes the dog tries to chase after squirrels, so the dog takes me along for the ride. Or like right now, jumping at a tree, which is kind of senseless because you can't climb trees. So it's kind of, uh, okay. Why? Hmm. Days of the lunar, which is also to be body day. Eighth day of the 12th unit body day. The day commences. That's its awakening. Oh, okay. I missed it. Hmm. Urban Dharma. So that's a email. Let's see. Maybe I could write a email. Let's see. Tuesday, January. Oh, there's. Oh, maybe I should listen to that one. Mm. Oh, any differences? Right? Oh, mm. Oh, won't be making it. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, so well, I'm I've been pushed to, let's see, Nancy, Nancy Yelding. Yeah, Nancy Yelding. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I got to study verse 5. Okay, so how do I study verse 5? Well, I can't on this phone, unless it's on my OneDrive. Verse 5 is in my OneDrive, so I can go to I can go to documents and I can go to Dharma Docs and maybe go to here. Let's see if I got verse 5. Hmm, what's in here? Standalone, verses. I can't tell what verse. It just says, oh, verse 9. Verse verse 6, verse 9, verse 3, verse 2, verse. If I put it like this, I can read what verse. Because I, the problem with my method is that Verse 46. Oh, I have to put it like this. I can read the title completely. Verse 13, verse 7, verse 9, verse 6. I see verse 6, verse 37. Verse 7. Wow. Verse 5. Let's check this one. Atmo 5. Oh, this is verse 5. I got verse 5. So it says, sorry. So there's verse 5 of the 100 verses of self-instruction. So this is like a series of verses and they're kind of dense. They're like 4-line verses and they're kind of you have to unpack them. And so there's a person that was the student, not indirectly or in the lineage of the teacher that wrote these verses down. And so he supposedly has dedicated his life to this Guru Narayan Guru, no, Narayana Guru. Yes, he wrote the 100 verses. It's like a poem that you're supposed to memorize, and then you get teachings from someone who knows the meaning of the verse. The meaning of the verses. Huh. So what is the meaning? Oh, and the purpose of the verses. So the the verses have meanings and purposes. Hmm. Well, you could say that the set of verses altogether have a purpose. I guess it's supposedly in the title that it's self instruction, which would could be thought of as knowing thyself, but maybe it's more like knowing the absolute, the knowing consciousness, or it's both. Okay, so let's find out. Self instruction, as in, hmm, uh, it's more in depth, maybe more in, it requires more intuitive understanding, maybe more meditation in set of instructions. So let's take a look at verse 5. And below it, uh, yes, the verse 5 in the original language, then a literal translation, but then it doesn't make sense. So you get a commentary. And the commentary is about 5 pages long. Let's see. Let's start with the verse. So let's attempt to read the verse in its original language, Malayalam. It's a southwestern, very South Indian on the west side language. I think I don't know if it's the state or the city, but it's one of the something locations. It's called Kerala. Maybe it's pronounced Kerala. Hmm. That speaks it, and it's a area that is doing well, not poverty stricken. Like maybe you imagine from looking at videos of Calcutta or whatever, when it's all so much poverty in this huge city. Maybe it's livable being living there, and perhaps that has to do with hmm, well, the independence from the British, but also how to bring up the people And so one way was to alleviate the caste system, kind of do some social justice things, make people conscious of what's going on. So the author of this 100 verses was like a social activist. So he helped move that area of India to a better situation. So it's probably above average, better off than other places in India. so, so that's Narayana Guru. So look him up. So he wrote this book. It's called The 100 Verses of Self Instruction. In the Sanskrit way of saying it, it would be the Atmopadesha Shatakam. So let's take a look at verse 5 and attempt to read it in the Malayalam language, which is kind of similar to Sanskrit. Maybe 60% Sanskrit in vocabulary. That is just as different, perhaps, as, I don't know, it's different, perhaps, as Italian is to Latin. So Latin is to Italian as Sanskrit is to Malayalam. I think it's closer. Oh man, I keep getting calls, spam calls. Okay, so maybe I should put do not disturb. So let's read the verse. It's 4 lines. Let's see. Om Ulakar Urangi Unarnu Sinta Seyum Palatum Itokeyum Utapartu Nilkum Vilamatiyate Vilaku Udikayum Tin Polikayum Mitlitu Cantu Poyitenam Ulakar Urangi Uranu Cinta Cheyum Palatum Ito Keyum Utu Partu Nikum Vila Matiyate Vilaku Udikayum Pim Poli Kayumitu Kantu Poyitenam. Okay, I won't make you suffer anymore. That was hard on me too. So, and for a person that's from India and grew up in that with that, using that language as the mother language, that must have been dreadful. But here is what it's talking about. Kind of a literal translation. It says, "People of this world sleep, wake, and think many thoughts, ever wakefully witnessing all this shines an unlit lamp, precious beyond words, that never fades. Ever seeing this, one should go forward." Wake up and think clearly. People of this world sleep, wake, and think many thoughts, ever wakefully witnessing all this shines an unlit lamp, precious beyond words, that never fades. Ever seeing this, one should go forward. It is said that the British philosopher Bishop Berkeley had a maxim: think with the learned and speak with the vulgar. I'm reading the commentary to the 4 lines that were translated into English that I just read. Here it goes. It is said that the British philosopher Bishop Berkeley, I got something in my throat. Let me read the verse again. People of this world sleep, wake, and think many thoughts, ever wakefully witnessing all this shines an unlit lamp, precious beyond words that never fades. Ever seeing this? One should go forward. I have no idea what it's saying. Let's see. Hmm. Hmm. Maybe it's referring to trying to get to find an inner light. Oh, all this shines an unlit lamp. It's a lamp that is unlit. But so what does that mean? An unlit lamp? Maybe it's a lamp that doesn't require it shines light, but it really doesn't require light. It's a non-physical light. It's a little light that shines inside you. Hmm. Also, I think it's saying if we pay attention to what to our thoughts, that this mindfulness will it'll be like shining a lamp on these words, and what it will be shining, or maybe it's what shines is precious beyond words, and it never fades. Ever seeing this, one should go forward. So if one realizes this, when one has to go forward, that means we has to keep doing it for kind of make a commitment to do this all the time. See the well, to make it a habit of doing this, maybe. It is said that the British philosopher Bishop Berkeley had a maxim. I think that's the Berkeley that what is it? Kind of senses or visualizes or imagines that there is only mind, and I don't know to what degree, but that that this world is not real in that sense because we depend on our senses, and what we're fed is is, that in itself is all we've got. Well, we can infer things. So yeah, we can communicate with others and come to a consensus, or we expect there to be a conventional reality. Anyway, uh, so I think that's the Berkeley. Rami would know this Berkeley. So Berkeley had a maxim: think with the learned and speak with the vulgar. Okay, so those he referred to as vulgar were people who are not philosophically inclined or disciplined. In the present verse, Narayana Guru speaks of ulakar in some in somewhat the same sense to mean those who are not philosophically critical in examining life and pondering on high value. Hmm. Hmm. For most people, ours is a world of getting and spending, where their only lot is to wake and sleep and conduct themselves as their fancies dictate. The desire realm. That was my comment. The desire. Mhm. Okay, so in verse 2, if you recall, the Guru spoke of Jagat, the several worlds of interest that come and go. In the same vein, the term lokam is to be understood as the passing universe of interest. Hmm. Locum as in a location, locum, a realm maybe, or a universe. So our locum, mm, we're familiar with that. So it's passing us by, or it's passing as in time passing, so that there's a present and there's a future and there's a past, and all we've really got is the present, that kind of passing. Like many other biologic species on Earth, human beings are caught between alternating spells of geotropism and heliotropism. Hmm, I don't know what those are. When the sun sets, our energy wanes and we go to sleep. When the sun rises, our energy returns and we wake up to engage in the day's activity. We do not know who puts us to sleep and who wakes us up. What does our motivation come from? And who supplies us with energy to carry out the intentions of the mind? The Guru speaks of a light that intently looks on whatever we do. What could that light be? A picturesque mention of such a light is made after the narration of a legendary episode in the Maitri Upanishad. It, it says, this is the Maitri Upanishad. It says the following: Verily, the gods and the devils, asuras, being desirous of the self, Atman, came into the presence of Brahma, the creator. They did obeisance to him and said, Sir, very desirous of the self. So do tell us. Then, meditating long, he thought to himself, and he thought to himself as follows: Verily, these devils are desirous of a self, different from the true one. Mm. Therefore, a very different doctrine was told to them. Oh, upon that, oops. Hmm. Oh, oh. Lust. No. Hmm. Okay, so Brahma gave misinformation to the devils. Maybe Brahma did not want these devils to become powerful and take over the universe, or cause trouble. So he gave a different doctrine. Upon that, fools here live their life with intense attachment, destroying the saving raft, praising what is false. They see the false as if it were true, as in jugglery. There is a returning idea in several Upanishads of the two kinds of knowledge that influence our life on earth. One is called avidya, ignorance, and the other is called vidya, knowledge. Oh, living according to the motivations of one's ego-centered interest is called avidya. It is mentioned in the Isha Upanishad that such people are living in darkness. Giving one's attention to transcendental ideas is called vidya. Paradoxically, it is mentioned in the same Upanishad that those who are attached to transcendental ideas live in even greater darkness, as it were. What? It is hard to determine when someone is wise and when they are not. The passage to this effect comes from the Katha Upanishad, the Mundaka Upanishad, and the Maitri Upanishad. It goes like this. Those abiding in the midst of ignorance, self-wise, thinking themselves learned, hard smitten, go around deluded, uh, like a blind man led by one who is himself blind. The Guru's reference to people of the world sleep, wake, and think. Many thoughts should be seen in the light of these Upanishadic passages. He instructs us to turn to that which witnesses all our thoughts and deeds. She compares to an unlit lamp. It is nonetheless mysteriously shining. In the Maitri Upanishad, we read the following description. Assuredly, the nature of the ether within the space of the heart, is the same as the supreme bright power. This has been manifested in threefold wise in fire, in the sun, in the breath of life. Verily, the nature of the ether within space of the heart is the same as the syllable Om. Hmm. What is referred to here as fire, sun, and breath is not three separate entities because the same Upanishad says, admiration to Brahma who dwells in all, who remembers all. Bestow all upon this worshipper with a golden vessel. The real space is covered over. That do thou, O Pusan, uncover unto the eternal real, the Satya Dharma, the pervader, Vishnu. He who is yonder person in the sun, I myself am he. Verily, that which is the sonhood of the sun is the eternal real. That is the pure, the personal, the sexless, Alinga, of the bright power that pervades the sky, Nabas. It is only a person which is, as it were, in the midst of the sun, in the eye, and in fire. That is Brahman. That is the immortal. That is splendor. That is the eternal real. But I'll stop here because it's getting kind of long and I gotta get going. It is getting interesting, don't you think? Yeah. Okay, so I'll abruptly, well, before I abruptly go, I would like to just go like this and go to my, where's it? Oh, oops. Let's see. You can find, oops, no, that's my email. Here I am. I'm gonna stop sharing. There we go. Yes, I can flip my camera to the back camera and see that Naya the dog is kind of frustrated. I wonder if Naya has pooped. Maybe Naya pooped and I didn't see it. Oh. Y